Hello YouTube, I'm Connor, and today we are going to take a look back at the iPhone 3GS. This phone originally came out in 2009. Unfortunately, I do not have a box for this device, so for today, we will skip the unboxing. Taking a look at the device itself, this phone has a 3.5-inch LED display with a resolution of 480 by 320, good for a PPI of 163. The iPhone 3GS only houses one camera, and that is the 3-megapixel rear-facing camera. This camera can take video at 480p at 30 FPS. The processor inside this phone is the single-core ARM Cortex A8 32-bit chip clocked at 600 MHz. The phone is also paired with 256 megabytes of RAM. The storage configurations available for this phone include 8GB, 16GB, and 32GB. The battery inside this phone is a 2220 mAh battery. The phone is also equipped with a headphone jack and a 30-pin dock connector. The latest operating system this phone can run is iOS 6.1.6. The phone is constructed exactly like the iPhone 3G with its plastic unibody and stainless steel chamfered edge. The color options for this phone are white and black. Looking at the technical side of the phone, it scores a 152-point single-core score in Geekbench 3. It also scores a 6,928 in Antutu. Network-wise, this phone scored a 10 megabyte per second download speed and an 8 megabyte per second upload speed. Finally, this phone scored a 29 megabyte per second read speed and a 6 megabyte per second write speed. While read and write speeds usually don't make a difference in modern smartphones, these numbers are significantly lower, and that tells us that applications will take much longer to load than newer smartphones. Once again, take those numbers with a grain of salt, as this was purchased off of eBay and the SSD could have deteriorated over time. Should you use the device's camera in 2018? Probably not. Taking a look at the bright rear shot, the photo comes out very grainy and the light doesn't look even. However, you can still tell that this is a photo of a plant. Using the iPhone 3GS in the dark, however, is impossible to do without any sort of light, since this phone is not equipped with an LED flash. Also, keep in mind this phone does not have a front-facing selfie camera. In 2018, I would say this phone is still somewhat usable. While you won't be able to get the latest versions of any app, apps like YouTube and Minecraft still have older versions that work perfectly fine on the iPhone 3GS, although they are significantly slower than newer iPhones. Also, since iMessage is built into iOS 6, you are still able to text people who own an iPhone even without cellular service. That feature alone has actually kept the usability of the iPhone 3GS alive a lot longer, because as I stated in my iPhone 3G video, cellular networks generally no longer support 3G phones, making it impossible for these devices to connect to service. Is this smartphone usable for everybody? No, definitely not. But this phone could probably still be used as an emergency backup, or you could give it to a young kid for them to use it as their first device. Considering this device only set me back $20, I don't think parents should be too worried if their child were to break it, so it could teach kids the responsibility of taking care of a device without a major risk of damaging it. Thanks for watching my old hardware video on the iPhone 3GS. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. Also, if you or someone you know still uses the iPhone 3GS, let me know in the comments if you believe it is still a usable smartphone in 2018.